Hi, happy fall, everybody. I am Paul Chartier, and this is Heart of Gold, as you know. A friend of mine, Phyllis Cronin from Camp Horsin Around. Welcome.
Thank you.
I think you might be a first-time guest.
I am.
Long overdue.
Well, I'm happy to be here.
Phyllis, you've got a great name, a great logo. Tell people what Camp Horsin Around is all about.
Well, it's a camp for children whose health is compromised. Kids with cancer, leukemia, AIDS, hemophiliacs, whatever. Kids who, don't get around very well, need wheelchairs or crutches or what have you. We are a facility that's been designed specifically for these children, and we let them come to camp, and our motto is let them do all their little bodies will let them do.
Good for you. And what trouble can they get in?
That's right. A lot.
Well, good. They deserve it.
Absolutely.
Do it while they can. Whose vision was this?
Well, the founding five of us had all been involved with the Ronald McDonald House.
And who were the five?
There was Ray Larson, Jackie Nicholson, me, Tom Snyder, and I'm clutching on the third one, Terry Johnson.
Okay.
And we'd all been deeply involved with the Ronald McDonald House. We knew about the kids. We knew that they came here for their medical treatment, but what did they do for fun? So all of us had been campers or counselors, and so, we sort of thought, this would be a good idea for these same children that have difficulties and struggle and spend a lot of time in doctors' offices and hospitals. So we wanted to give them a place where they could come and do all they could.
It's a great vision. So many years ago, you've got this vision, these five dynamic people. You bought some property. We
did, and we looked a long time for the property. And we found a wonderful place down near Perryville. We have 191 acres. Part of it's in Mercer County, part of it's in Boyle County. And when we saw the property, it was perfect. We wanted rolling hills. We wanted a little river. We wanted the opportunity for kids to be able to hike and, go down to the river and find those crawdads and do all kinds of things. And this was the perfect piece of property.
Yeah. And it took a little while to, as you said, build the infrastructure, get everything, all the pieces in place. And 4 years ago, you started having campers.
Yes, primarily day campers, because as we have built, and we have built only when we've had the money, we have very little debt.
Good.
And so we built the cabins, and now we're building the dining halls so that the camp will be complete, and we can have more overnight campers. The problem has been we can't cook for the campers because we don't have the kitchen. So a lot of our campers are day campers. A lot of our children can only come for a half a day. And then we've had a lot of overnighters, and we range for the food to be catered in, or they grill or do what have you. But it's been a real great thing. And this summer we've had more than 300 kids down there.
That's fantastic. And are they from Kentucky, or are they beyond Kentucky?
They're all from Kentucky.
Okay.
A lot in the local area. We're recruiting out and about because there are no parameters except that the kids be between 5 and 18. We want them to come. We have organized groups. Now, a lot of camps recruit the children individually, but we knew that there were organized groups around that didn't have a camp home. So our idea was to build the camp and let them have it so that they come, they bring their own counselors, they bring their own doctors, nurses. And one thing that's probably separates us a little bit from other camps is we do have a medical building. And in this building, the kids can take their chemotherapy if they can come to camp, but that's something that may prohibit them coming. We can do that. We can sew up a cut, put on a Band-Aid, do all the things that could possibly happen. Some of our kids are pretty fragile, and so we need someone on site that knows about these children and what they're doing, what their problems are and that kind of thing.
It's got to be an expensive venture for people to put together a vision like this, which is fantastic. Do the campers pay money? Do they come for free? How does that work?
Right now, we're charging a very nominal fee, and the problem has been that we are running a camp, but we're also still building. And so you're having to raise money for two different things. One is to finish the construction, and the other is to, support the program. So that's been a little difficult. And as you well know, the economy, we started this in 2002, the economy has peaked and peaks and valleys. But that's okay. You know, it makes you appreciate more when folks give to you. And I guess of all the peaks and valleys we've had, well, the day the first kids got in the swimming pool, it didn't matter. It was what it was, and those kids had a great time.
So the 5 of you were just driven by disadvantaged kids and delivering pure happiness to them.
Well, that's right.
Yeah.
And the kids, you know, when they're dealing with medical problems day in and day out, you know, it's when they come to camp, the kids that are there are going through the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they immediately have a bond.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you look around and there's a climbing wall, there's a basketball court, there's a pond that they can go fishing, then we have paddle boats. And so, you know, maybe it's only for an hour, maybe it's for the entire time they're there, and they can forget about things and just be a kid.
And what's wrong with delivering some happiness to kids?
Not a thing.
Yeah,
You know, they're
yeah.
so innocent.
Yes. Yeah,
And
yeah.
they don't ask to
Mhm.
have these problems
Right.
and things that go on with them. And so it's fun to watch them.
And Phyllis, the parents have to be ecstatic that Camp Horsin exists to give their child some happiness.
Well, we hope so. And one of the things we've learned through the years is that the parents of these children struggle a lot too.
Sure.
And
yeah.
there are siblings who, you know, if Johnny's sick and Susie's the other part of the family, the other child,
Mhm.
sometimes Susie's back here because Johnny's demanding all the attention, not because he wants to, because he has to. And so we want to take Susie and bring them in for a week of siblings. And so they'll come and have a good time too.
So 12 years ago, or maybe earlier, some recipe was put together with 5 ingredients, and thank God.
Well, you know, nothing happens just with a small core. When you're doing something this big, if you don't have all the tentacles that reach out and people take hold
Yep.
and realize that what you're doing is something really special for these kids, that's how it gets done. I mean, we all stand back and, you know, yeah, we do our work, and yes, we get out there and beg for money, but it's a lot of people that help and love kids that have helped us.
It's thankfully a great and beautiful community in which we live, and we're part of it, and thank God for you. And thank goodness for some big event that you've coming up early in October.
Yes.
Talk about that.
Well, it's our annual camp out, and this was a name given by one of our board members when we first started doing it. This is our 12th, and they said, you know, we need an event that's our signature event. So it's the camp out, and we've been having it at Gainesway Farm. They have been delightful to us, and we go out there on a wonderful evening, and we have food, we have bids, and we have a good time.
And it's coming up October what?
October 3rd. And if you're interested in tickets, just call Camp Horsin Around office at 381-9998. We would love to see you there. And it's just a great evening, and it's our signature event, and it's when we raise our most money.
I'm mostly asking for me. Is it a dress-up event or casual?
It's very casual. We're in the barn, a very nice barn, and it's, you know, the floor is wood shavings. So ladies, you do not want to wear your 4-inch heels.
Okay.
You want to come in flats and slacks or blue jeans. You know, it's a very casual evening, and it's always a lot of fun, and we always have a good time.
Sit-down dinner or
Yes.
buffet?
Well, it's a
Wow.
buffet.
Okay.
And you get to sit down and eat it.
Go to the buffet and come over and sit down. Okay.
Right, right. And we have lots of wonderful auction items.
Do you have any that you can tease us with?
Sure. We're Darley Farm, which you're familiar with, I'm sure, has chosen Camp Horsin Around as their charity this year.
Oh my goodness.
So they are having a breakfast for us on the same day, the 3rd, and have invited some of us to go to the races. And they have given us their Churchill Downs suite for $24.
Oh my goodness.
So that's one of our great auction items. Channel 27 has given us.
Thanks to our good friends at Channel 27.
Yes, yes, they have given us Kelly and Michael tickets. We have,
Wonderful.
let's see, oh, something you cannot get anywhere else in the world. We auction off a weekend at the camp where we turn the camp over to you, and you can bring as many people as you
That's
want.
fantastic.
And you can enjoy everything there is to do down there. And so that's,
a group of how many can do that?
Well, like a cabin will hold, let's see, 28. You probably don't want to do more than that.
Okay.
But generally, it's been families with children, and the kids bring their friends,
Sure.
and they have a great time.
Yeah.
And so that's something very unique that you can't get at any other auction. That's just ours.
Well, your event sounds just fantastic.
It's fun, and you know, there are a lot of auctions and things in town, but this one's always got something really special that happens there.
And we'll put the phone number up on the screen again, just so people know that they can call. We're going to put this on Facebook.
Okay.
So people can go to Facebook, find this link, make a phone call, and get tickets. Can they show up at the door and get tickets as well?
Well, we could take some that way, but we really
Not preferred.
It's not preferred because, you know, we have to order food.
Sure.
It's not like we have a kitchen there. All the food is catered in. And so, you know, rather than being not having enough food or that kind of thing, we really prefer that you do have reservations. But we can take reservations up until probably next Friday or Saturday.
Okay, good.
So
this is probably, like they say with a rocket ship going off, 90% of the power it takes is to get it like inches off the ground. Look at all your effort to get it to this point right now, and you're still not ready for overnight. What satisfaction do you get from what you've done?
Well, my bag has always been kids. I've been very blessed that I've had the time, that I've been able to do the work with the Ronald McDonald House, the Children's Advocacy Center, and love both of those. But this camp has taken more in terms of getting it where it is, in patience, and it's been worth every minute. It's just, I can't explain to you, but when you go on site down there, you just get it. It's a perfect place.
If people are watching, and you know, Phyllis, the look on your face when I asked that question, it went to glowing. And I can tell this is your passion. This is what makes your heart smile.
It does.
I can tell.
It does. It's been a real interesting adventure, but it has been an adventure. And along the way, we've met some wonderful people, wonderful kids. You know, it just, if you love kids, this is, you got to come see it. That's all I can say.
Who does not love kids?
That's right.
Everybody loves kids. For people to get involved as sponsors, if people are watching who have children or know children that need a place like this to break out and have a great time, is it your website? Should they call you? What should they do?
They can call the office. We have on site a camp director, and her name is Bev Lee, and Bev is wonderful. And she's happy to show you the camp, to take you around, and you can see a cabin, and you can see the dining hall, which will be complete hopefully in the next 4 or 5 weeks. And just, you know, see all the things that our campers can do. And when they see the cabins, the furniture's all been done by Rocky Top, which means it's unbelievable. And the kids love it.
I cannot wait for your event. I cannot wait to see the magic that you do. Phyllis Cronin, thank you for representing and starting this great vision and dream. It's coming true.
Well, thank you
and
for
I'll see you
having
at the
us.
event.
I'll look forward to that.
I am Paul Chartier. We'll be right back on Heart of Gold.